Hope everybody is doing good today. We're going to do some Friday night streaming here on the golf club. We will be doing some tutorials today. Not sure where exactly I left off last time, but this is the last hole that I did. Not sure why, but it seems that there's still, quite a few bugs. Like I know I actually placed these tees and graded it all, and it seems like every time I edit a course and then come back in, the tees are always messed up. So I'm sure they're going to get around to fixing it, but so we're going to jump into it. Let's fix these tees. Let's go. Let's put these tees there, and then let's move these tees way up in here. And then let's sculpt some land. Get these babies flat for us. And then this tee up here, or this tree up here to the left, we will fix that. So instead of just, plopping this tee down here, and I can raise it up, and then I got this ugly little drop off. So this here, I'm really gonna might actually have to end up moving one of the other tees to make it fit. It's not the ideal brush, but we'll get it. Actually, yeah, let's get something a little softer. Go back to the tee and see what it's looking like. Coming off this, just kind of start coming down, and back up a hair. Now let's get this more of the tee box brush. Really flatten that out. Stretch it out of here. Clear out these trees that they decided to put in here for me. the first tee pad. Let's put this guy in. And then change it up. We'll go more rectangle on this guy. And then let's go heavy rough. No, I don't want it. I don't want that much. Shrink it down a hair. It's better. And I guess I can live with that. Okay, alright, so we got this tee. Yeah, I think I actually got rough all the way around this fairway too, but it must not have saved. One thing I've been super happy with, and I'm glad that you can do it, but that's running that fairway cut into the bunkers. It's kind of a shame that you have to do it using the splines. Not really sure why that is, but if anybody wants to get that look, I can show you how that's possible. And let's just clean this up. So what we have here, you can see the fairway spline, and the way I've been doing my fairways is using the spline to go around and define the edges of the fairway. And it's nice then, you know, you can go back to the tee or wherever you want to go and make sure that's exactly how you want it to look. You know, if you want to adjust fairway lines here and there, I definitely would suggest this method. That way you don't, you know, lay down a billion brushes and then turns out like, oh, I want to change my line, and then, you know, got to delete a bunch of, you know, little circles or however you made your fairway. It's just kind of a pain. So what I usually do is I lay the spline out, double check it, make sure I like it, and then from there I'll go in and paint the fairway in. I would have thought that HB Studios would have made it possible to just outline your fairway and, you know, just hit a button and say, hey, let's fill this with fairway, but there must be some kind of programming that just does not allow for that to happen easily, or they just decided that maybe it was a little too quick and easy. So that's how I've been doing fairway lines. And then, you know, as you can see, the spline here is for the fairway, and then all the upper half of this bunker is just little brushes painted with the controller. And then this spline that you see here is actually a bunker spline. So when you get two splines touching together, you actually get that nice, fairway into the bunker. So, I mean, for now, I think I'm just gonna leave this hole the way it is. It's actually pretty fun. It's got some nice flow. We'll play it real quick. Tee set. Go blue. I've also noticed that the game is actually a lot slower than the first one, especially in the menus. And as you can see here, we've been spinning for at least 10 seconds. So I'm hoping that, maybe in the future they can get that faster. So as you can see, I mean, this hole here, I mean, it's pretty straightforward depending on the wind. I thought maybe just a nice, easy tee shot going into this green would be the best way to go about it. It's a shorter par 4. And actually, from this angle, I'm not too thrilled. I'll probably have to come back in here and make sure that you can actually see the bunker. Not a fan of hiding the hazards, so. And you don't want to miss it over there. There we go. Flopping is the only way to get around the greens on this game and the first game. Alright, so we got the 4th hole there. We'll go back, start the 5th hole. So we got the first hole, which was a par 4. Why does it say we got 3 par 4s? Hole 2. Okay, 3 was the par 5, up and around. Actually just noticed the water plane actually kind of peeking over here, so let's sculpt this. So what we'll do is just kind of come in here and work those grades a bit. That way we won't see that edge of the water plane, and I still see it over there. Alright, so we've got, let's build another par 3. And I got a bunch of trees in my way. Where am I at? Edge is there. Let's start working back this way. You see that T from here. Kind of will. So let's go to 99, 165. We're gonna build like a 217 yard par 3. Let's go sculpt land. Clear these trees out of our way. See, this hole was green height 2 feet below. So we'll go 217 yards, and then we'll see if we can't get a cool downhill par 3. Not sure how much room I have. Yeah, way too much. See what that produced. Okay, let's rework some edges. I had a guy ask me about a waterfall. I guess this hole is as good as any to, get a feature like that or show people. I actually have not built a waterfall yet, so we can kind of just build one together and figure it out as a unit. So we got 217 yards. Green height. Can maybe see like a, we get a waterfall coming off here, kind of hides, and then maybe it peaks, down over here, build like a stream. As far as the green, though, let's find a decent shape to start from. Actually, give me this. Let's create an actual green here. Alright, so actually let's do some more shaping. And then let's move the green just up a hair. She's sitting in a hole, boys. Alright. Back right part was flashing just a little too much. Now it's starting to look pretty cool. Try to get some water out of the front left part of the screen, or the back left. And now one of the coolest tools would be able to actually like toggle a green grid wherever you wanted. That way you could see exactly what was going on. I'm going to brush this puppy in. Looks pretty close. I don't see any bad spots. This back's still flashing just a little too much. And I think we got a bird bath right here, so we'll kind of lift this up, drop this a hair. Make sure that water's getting out there to the left. Cool. So it might be a little severe in here, so we'll come in here, drop that about 5 inches. Alright. Still got some pretty nice movement. I think I'm going to throw an actual crown right here though. So we'll go narrow it up, turn it about right there. I don't know what's going on. Actually, I'm going to go to landscape raise. That's weird. Didn't even show up. Just guessing here, I don't know really how high that is. It's probably like 8 to 10 inches. Okay, now we kind of got like this crown. So, I mean, you almost got like a little, you got a bullpen almost. We just need to bust this out a hair. What I do is I drag, and my finger's always on the left bumper. So that way I know that I'm not, I can control the height all the time. Cool. And then we're going to actually start at 0, 4, 7, and then start coming back up. Let's just drop that a little bit. So now we kind of got like this upper left pin. It's kind of cool. Let's actually add pin so we can kind of see what the front's doing here. Oh, that's going to be a tough pin. It's totally up on that little crown. But I like it. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Let's add another one. Got got another pin right up here. And then we just need a, not sold on where they put that first pin. So we'll go like front left. And then we're gonna move this pin. I think I want it right back here. All right. So I got some different pin locations. All right. Now let's work on this waterfall thing. See what this is all about. Just kind of climbing, drop that down. We'll come back in and kind of smooth some areas. That way it doesn't look all uniform in areas. You can always spin your brush too. Every once in a while, change the size. Kind of get some cool stuff going on. So if we got a waterfall, I guess if it just peaked out right over here, so let's raise this up. I'm not going to make like a ginormous waterfall, but see what I'm looking for. So I'm thinking the water, let's landscape flatten. Need a better shape for our body of water. Alright, and then we need to go landscape flatten. So the mouth, I mean, I'm no waterfall expert, but I think we need to get these decently close to the same elevation. So that's where it's going to exit. So let's go to create, add, create water. I'm going to put a body of water in here first. Change its height. All right. Technically, waterfall come from that. Scale X. So, I mean, you can see some of these edges aren't, they're exposed. So you're going to want to clean this up. But I think getting, the waterfall in there, or the water body, and then from there, I didn't mean to do that. What's the reset button? Reset object. Okay. I wonder if that, does that I just want to try something. Okay. So anytime that if you rotate just the x-axis, you do whatever you do, you flip it up, you want it, the water going this way, or if you want it going this way, or, rotating. When you click the L3 button, it just resets the rotate Y, or if you go to rotate X and you hit the L3, it just, undoes or goes back to the original state. Doesn't actually reset the entire, like all your changes. So let's just get this in here. Okay. So it's in there. Just go like that. I'm just going to place it. Okay. So we just need to get rid of that stuff. I mean, you're never gonna, you might see it, I don't know. It's gonna come up just a hair. It's not. See if we can't. Okay, let's add the water feature and see exactly what that looks like. So we got high falls. Pretty sure I'm going to need a low falls. Kind of interesting. Actually going to shorten it up. I'm going to rotate it a hair. And then maybe there's maybe like another little waterfall. Obviously we got a lot of shaping to do to actually make this look believable, but I figured if I just get some waterfalls in there, then I kind of know what I need to do as far as shaping to make it look real. go to I want to raise this up a bit. Make it a hair wider. So obviously you kind of see this lit, but I mean a waterfall happens because there's rocks. So you're gonna want to place some rocks in here. Start building those up. You put a, you get a rock like this, or so it's actually breaking the plane. Let's actually make it a little smaller. So it's in the water. And here's where, you go back to your create water feature, small ripples. They're actually really hard to see. I'm not sure where they're at. There's still some bugs. I mean, I don't know how.
not even that. I guess you just turn snap on. That sure does help. So let's add some more rocks. And then you need to sculpt. And she crashes, boys. And I didn't save much of anything. So that's fun. Still a young game. Please, if you're new to the chat, say hello. If you have any questions, let me know, and if I can answer them, I will. Let's have some fun. Let's see how much we lost. All right, we're in. We lost the complete, we lost everything. So, first and foremost, what you take away from the stream is that you save. Because if you don't save, actually, I think that's what happened. I think I did all this stuff last time. It crashed and then I quit. So let's just create. Got us some heavy rough. Nothing like doing stuff 3 times, but sometimes you have to. Oh, I did rough. I don't do rough. I do heavy rough. I think the best look on this game is just the, this native stuff. I mean, very rarely do you go to a golf course and it's just perfectly manicured. I mean, people do a good job, but it's kind of cool to see like a course that's kind of brown and green at the same time. Baffles me that these trees don't go away. Just delete that guy. Don't want you here. Alright, we're gonna save. And to remember that kind of need to just get rid of this guy. Get some visibility up in there. I still don't think it's quite enough. It's probably gonna be the easiest tee shot. I mean, if you hit it down into here though, which I don't know how you can. We'll have to play it again and see how it feels. And then let's make it completely different. Par 3. It's 165 yards downhill. All right, let's create a green in here. See what it looks like from this tee. Looks pretty easy. Let's go edit, smooth it. A little better. The big question is going to be when I add this green for this hole. If the green that it makes all on its own is going to be too big and mess up my green lines. Why you can't go all the way down to 0 and not have a green built for you is beyond me. So This ridge coming into the green is probably a little too strong. I do like the concept though. You know, you're hitting this downhill shot, and it's going to be kind of hard to keep a ball, you know, on the green there. We just got to get rid of this hole. Alright, that's kind of cool. Let's kind of flip this edge up a little bit. That'll at least kind of keep the balls on. And then coming out this way, we'll start bringing it out. Let's move this pin kind of right back in here. We'll hit a shot and see what it feels like. Alright. Tees aren't level, of course. I'm thinking you're going to club down twice. You're going to this little 8-iron in there. Put some spin on it. And I put a hooker on it. Just don't practice hitting shots as much as I used to. See where this ends up. It's a decent little putt. Actually, let's just see if I can make it. He's in the hole, boys. Might need a little more interest when it comes to that hole. And I just realized the connection doesn't make any sense, but I really don't care. Because it's a video game and you don't have to lock in a video game. So let's go tee box settings. No tee boxes. And then bring it more over here. Move this tee right down here. Because who doesn't love a 111 yard par 3? I know I do. Come on. Add this heavy rough, and then I need to save this so I don't get screwed again. Alright, we're saved. Now let's create some fairway. Let's see what this looks like. Cool. I like it. Smooth this puppy up. And then let's fill her in. Should have got it all. Figures. All right. And we're going to put some bunkers down here. So let's sculpt that out. Dang trees. Then see what that line looks like. Probably flat. Not too bad. All right. Got a little nose there. Be a fun bunker shot. I think we need to get these out of here too, and I'll plant some different ones. And then we need to sculpt this out, shape it out. Alright, now we can see the whole thing. Let's get this bunker in there. See what that looks like. It'll be all round and loby. Not bad. Gonna pull this out. Wonder how. Looks better. Sweet. Now all we gotta do is go create a surface, bunker, spline. That's not doing it. Okay. That'll do. I don't want to select that. Alright, now we can go create fairway brush. See what we got. Cool. Now, add pins. Get one right down here. Ooh, that's a tough one. It's a tough one, boys. And then there's got to be something front. It's kind of a front pin. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Why can't I rotate this dang tree? But maybe what we'll do is we'll go raise landscape. Place objects, rocks. No! See what the damage is. It's just starting to look cool. Freaking game needs to patch already. Oh, I lost so much. Oh, I'm done.